Hello, guys. Actor once again, and this is going to be the conclusion of my E3 2014 special. And I have to say, it was actually decent showing this year. I say probably even better than last year. So, what do I think in overall, in general, what I think of E3 2014? Well, let me do a quick review on the conference, the Big Three conference, and yes, I'm also going to do a written long review of the conference and give them a full review. But this one's going to be like a quick part, the gist of it of the Big Three conference. First, Microsoft, they showed some games, and right from the start, games. That was a good move. Like I said before, it was a good idea to announced the SKU for the Xbox One and removing the paywall for the movie entertainment before E3. Then you can, for 90 minutes, you can just focus on games. And I have to say, there are some games that I am interested for the Xbox One, exclusively for the Xbox One, not the multiplats. Because right now I'm still thinking about getting a PS4 over an Xbox One, and it's all about the first game exclusive. And yeah, there's some of them that interest me, such as still Killer Instinct. I know that's not new, but Season 2 with TJ Combo. I used to play him in the arcades, but I wasn't really that good. I wasn't really good playing fighting games, and Killer Instinct no exception. I mean, you've seen my showcase, but I suck. But yeah, Killer Instinct one. Another one is Scalebound Platinum Games. Like the people, basically the former people who did Devil May Cry, and of course Bayonetta. So that was going to be exclusive for the Xbox One. That looks interesting. It's a platinum game. You know it's going to be flying action, hack and slash. My only concern is, and there's always been the deal with platinum game, is the games are always too short. Platinum games are never long game. Wonderful 101, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, yeah, to some extent, Bayonetta also, they weren't that long. And selling it for $60, kind of like a ripoff. Maybe 40 to 50, just saying. And I know Wonderful 101 was $30 now. As of right now, it's $30 MSRP. That's an official price. And that's a platinum game. Another one I seen, apparently I heard about it, Phantom Dust. I did hear about it in the original Xbox. Never played it, but apparently they're gonna bring it back. So I don't know what it is, but apparently some people said it's good. So we'll see. Let's see. Fable, the idea interesting, but we'll see. Like a lot of this, we have to see in the long run. Not really a fan of first-person shooters, so I really don't care about Halo games or Call of Duty. Crackdown's another one that caught my eye. But of course, we'll see more about it. It's mindless fun. That's what Crackdown is. I had the first game. Too bad I never had a chance to get the second game, but whatever. So, overall, Microsoft was pretty good. They showed game, and that's all that matters. Giving actually consumer more reason why to get an Xbox One. So, good job for Phil Spencer. The plan was good. Can't wait for it. I guess if I'm decided to get an Xbox One, but like I said, I'm still thinking. That's why I give it an 8 out of 10 because it was games, kept me interested, didn't fall asleep, wasn't boring. Now let's move on to Sony. It's what the opposite what they did last year. They started strong in the beginning, then it came weird in the middle, but almost over the end, I lost the interest of the conference. And that's me, a Sony guy who loves Sony, basically saying, man, your conference is weak. It was so weak. So basically, they showed games that some of them finally, some gameplay, which is, I guess that's the keyword. The keyword for that conference is gameplay. And they did show gameplay of games that we already know. And that's fine. So some gameplay, Mortal Kombat 10, which is multi-platform, Batman Arkham Knight, that's multi-platform. Far Cry 4, that's multi-platform, but they show gameplay. The exclusive one they showed, Order 1886, kind of reminds me of Resident Evil Revelation. I don't know, it's a cup of tea of mine. I done playing games like that. I do play. I have Resident Evil Revelation in. Excuse me, 6. But right now I just barely touched the game. I played it for a while. Gotta play it more. Whatever. But again, that game might be interesting. I have to wait and see. Another one is Blood Bond. Apparently, it's a game from Software, which is the people who did Dead Soul and Dark Soul. So I'm not. I heard about the game, but I really never played it, so I don't know. We'll see what happened. Little Big Planet 3 looks interesting. New characters. Okay, maybe I'll get into it. Alright, cool, cool, cool. We'll see. And then the next part was the indie games. That's fine. Sony's and indie games are now like bread and butter. Or chocolate and milk, whatever. They go together now thanks to Adam Boyce. Remember, that's the guy who does third party relationship. He gives a reason why you should put the game on PlayStation platform. And they always do. So they have some indie games. And the best part, a lot of these indie games is they're cross buy for PS4 and Vita. Excellent move there. Nintendo, take note. Gotta do cross buy with this virtual console. I like your virtual console, but they're not cross buy. I'm not double dipping on your virtual console for crying out loud. Something that I can even play it in other way, wink wink. But if you do cross buy, seriously, enough. But again, yes, they got good indie titles such as Hot Miami 2. I played the first one, didn't really like it, but I heard it's a good game. But still, I just couldn't get into it. And they have a lot of indie game, good. And again, like I said, all of them will be cross buy. And especially another indie game that I was shocked that was going to be a PS4 Vita exclusive is Grim Fandango. Yes, I never played the game. I heard it's really good, and it's by the guy Tim Schafer, so you know it's going to be good. And not only that, Disney's also helping it, and is again PlayStation exclusive. A game. Maybe I'll try it. Never know. So a remake of Grim Fandango, I think that was good. So they showed good indie games, and No Man's Land. I never heard of the company, but I heard from other people and friends of mine. They said, yeah, they're popular and their games look popular, so maybe I'll give it a try when it's out. And once I get a PS4. Oh, there you go. PS4. Am I going to consider getting one? Maybe. I'm happy they announced the bundle. Like I said, that was my prediction, was the bundle. Downside is it's a Destiny bundle. Shuck. Maybe there'll be a holiday bundle. I have to wait and see. I was hoping getting one during summer, but I don't think that's not the case anymore. I'm probably going to get one in winter time when they have a holiday bundle, so we'll see. A holiday bundle will be nice, but whatever. So, I mean, at least I knew they were going to talk about a bundle. I was hoping for the PlayStation Vita 4 bundle, but, well, that's highly false. But the good news is after that, after the indie game is something they announced. This is where the downfall of the conference. The new CEO for PlayStation, yeah, nice guy. I knew he's probably nervous. He's never been there. Talked about PlayStation Plus. I think he did. How benefit, we get it. PlayStation Now, we know what it is, and basically, I mean, if you're gonna talk about PlayStation Now, you should talk about in depth. But they didn't. They just said, "Oh, guess what? Open beta June 31st for PlayStation 4." Okay, well, whoopie doo. I mean, it kind of saddens me. I never got into the closed beta, and I'm a Sony guy. Sony, man, you guys are mean. Well, there's a lot of Sony fans. That's why. So, yeah, I mean, the PlayStation Now. I know. I mean, need more information. They barely touched it, and that's fine. And then an announcement of PlayStation TV, or in Japan, PlayStation Vita TV, which is, people don't know what it is. It's basically, in Japan they market it as a PlayStation Vita. You can play it on the big screen, kind of like the PlayStation 200 series in the 2000 and the 3000 series, excuse me, you can hook it up with a output cable and you can play it on the big screen. So the same goes with this one, except you don't play your Vita as a controller. You either use a DualShock 3 or a DualShock 4, and then you play PlayStation Vita. Oh, excuse me. So this is my concern about it. They announced the bundle. The entertainment package bundle for 140. I think that's a good price. You get the Vita, a DualShock 3 controller, which I need a second one, a game, Lego the movie. I love Lego. I've been playing Lego games, and HDMI cable, and maybe an adapter, but that's included. So I think that's a better value. The problem is if you want to buy just the Vita itself for $100, it's weird. It's retarded. I'm sorry. So you only get the Vita TV or the PlayStation TV and an HDMI cable. Not even a remote control or anything. What if I just want to buy the PlayStation TV, but I don't have anything to use it with? Not even a remote control? That doesn't make sense. At least include the DualShock 3 controller. That doesn't make sense. In Japan, that's how much it is in Japan for DualShock controller and the PlayStation Vita. They were $100. I would buy that. And then, of course, $40 more. For $40 more, I'll play with the Lego game. But come on, that doesn't make sense. The box itself and HDMI cable for $100, but yet the better value you get a controller too. There's something wrong there. You gotta reconsider that. So, gotta fix that. So anyway, after that, they talked about powers. Yeah, I don't know the guy. I know he's famous. I got bored. And if you notice when I'm doing my commentary at the 7:30 mark, I just dropped the headphones and I'm done. I couldn't really watch this anymore. That's kind of sad. I did try to watch it, and in the end, they showed the more gameplay of Mortal Kombat, Batman Arkham Knights, and then Uncharted 4, which you already know. No wow factor there. It was okay. They showed games, but no Last Guardian, no gameplay of Uncharted. They said it is in-game engine, but that's a cutscene, not a gameplay. So kind of unfortunate for Sony. That's why I'll give it a 7 out of 10. You started strong, you dropped it in the middle, and then when you're trying to recover, kind of weak. Because even though you show gameplay for Batman and Mortal Kombat, excuse me, the fact is we already know the game's already out, so there's no point. Disappointing there, 7 out of 10. And then Nintendo's digital event. Wow. I have to admit, for a digital event, it's really good. But I still prefer them to do a live conference. And here's the backstory. Apparently, according to Reggie, the reason why, really, I'll try and summarize this to the best of my ability, is, he's trying to twist it around by saying, well, more people watching. More people watching, but they still prefer a live conference. But the deal was, apparently, because again, Nintendo is an old Japanese company and most of their developers are Japanese, unlike Sony, which is worldwide. The problem is they're too old school. And according to Reggie, most of those, I guess, the most Japanese developer, they really don't want to go walk on stage, talk about their games. So they'd rather just be somewhere and talk about their games rather than on the stage, which is wow. And also it shows because so they can have more control, so they don't look like an idiot when something bad happens, such as when Wii Music. I'm sorry to say, that was embarrassing. In Skyward, I think when Miyamoto demoed Skyward Sword, yeah, we know what happened. Made him look like a fool. And on the round table, he was trying to say, "Yeah, it's not my fault. It's the whatever. I guess you done goof. There was some hiccups, but that's the whole point of the conference. Expect the unexpected. That's the best part, in my opinion, anyway. But no, they felt like, well, we want more control, so we'll just do it in our lovely place, like in Nintendo headquarters or in Japan. And of course, they probably don't want to travel also. That's probably it. And again, so I guess there's a lot of factor. Now I can understand why they don't want to do a live event, a live conference. But seriously, that still doesn't die. It's still I mean, I would prefer them to do like not only a digital event and a live conference, but again, I can't have my cake and eat it too. So whatever. But I can understand now. But anyway, the question is, did a digital event help? Oh yeah, it was entertaining. It was informative. They not only showed games that people were interested, they showed a miracle, new IPs. The problem with last year's E3 was they didn't show any new IP. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Oh, that's old. Mario Kart 8. That's old. Yeah, it's fun, but it's old. Super Mario 3D World. Fun game. Yeah, it didn't sell a million or whatever. Again. And Smash Brother, which is not even going to come out until the end of the year this year. So, anyway, that's what it is. That's last year's E3. But this year they showed new games. Splatoon looks interesting. It's a squad shooter, but you're a squid. You turn a human in a squid. That's kind of interesting. That's actually an interesting game. And then Miyamoto's new project. Remember, I said that after Mario Kart 8 that Miyamoto was going to introduce new project. Well, not only one, he did two. Project Guard and Project Robot, Giant Robot. Project Guard is basically your security camera and you shoot enemies. Project John Robot is your John Robot, and you have to use the Wii U gamepad, not only as a controller but with motion. Yeah, we're back with motion again. I thought that was gone, but whatever. They're giving you a new reason to have the gamepad because before that there was no reason to have the gamepad, and I hardly use the gamepad. Only when I'm playing Nintendo Land Game of Wario, and yeah, that's the only tool. That's the only tool I played with because it's unnecessary. They hardly use it. That's why it's so expensive. People don't want to buy it. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do a price drop. They should have. Maybe they'll do it in the long run. We'll see what happens. But just like Microsoft, they did give a good reason why to have the gamepad. And of course, Smash Brother. Of course, that's an anticipating game. New characters, Palutena from Kid Icarus, man. And then another one was Mii Fighter. People wanted it. I wanted it. Mii Fighter's in the game. And for you, fighting game community, the competitive player, fearing that, oh my gosh, Mii Fighter can be played online. Worry not. Sakurai said you can only play Mii Fighters with friends. That's it. You can't play with anyone. In other words, you can't play with random people with Mii Fighters or with, of course, for Glory, which is a ranked type game. You can't play the Mii Fighter. So there you go. Happy ending. No need to balance the stuff because you can't play them, especially on Glory mode, which is you have to play a standard character. That's what it goes. Because again, like Street Fighter, it's about skill. Mario Kart's about skill, but it's also randomness. Mix the two, and then of course you can either be good or bad. Whatever. That's a different story. But that's a good thing that Mii Fighter's in it. And the best part was Pac-Man's announced in Smash Brother. Finally, that's awesome. And I'm surprised they used his classic look, or basically his Pac-Land, which people said. You also see it in Pac-Man World, that look, but that's actually his modern / classic look. I was surprised they didn't use the one from the latest one with the white eyes. I mean, I don't even know why they did that. That was retarded. Even worse, the one from Pac-Man: The Ghostly Adventure. Oh my god, that show is so bad. Well, not so bad, but it's. Ugh. But of course, you gotta understand, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventure. I'm gonna sidetrack here a bit. Is a prequel / reboot. Because remember, Pac-Man's supposed to be 30 years old or so. I think 30, and maybe he's 30 years old. That's what I'm guessing. But remember, in Pac-Man: The Ghostly Adventure, he's still in high school. He's still young. So that's basically, again, remember, Pac-Man: Ghostly Adventure, to some extent, has nothing to do with the original Pac-Man timeline. It has its own story. Again, he's a teenager, and it's a prequel. So just think about it that way. So anyway, Like I said, awesome. Pac-Man is there, so I can't wait for that game. Of course, mostly that's why people have Wii U. Is Super Smash Brother, and of course they announced also Super Smash Brother on the 3DS. And for people say, wait, October? October is not summer, or maybe Japan thinks October is summer. Nope. Sakurai even said it himself. Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS is delayed. He said it. He admitted it. They needed the delay because they needed more time to debug the game. That's why. So unfortunate. That should be a good summer game, but oh well. I mean, if you're a person who don't have a lot of games, I feel for you. Like I got a lot of games, so it's not a problem for me. And of course, I'm a 30 some year old person also. So I don't know. So again, let's see what else in Nintendo I want to talk about. Well, they showed other game Woolly, Yoshi Yarn. It's not Woolly. Yoshi's Woolly Yard. Kirby's Canvas is back, based on the DS game. Toad's Captain Toad's Adventure. Again, remember the mini game for Super Mario 3D World? Now it's a game of its own. I don't know if it's going to be downloaded or not. And the best part really is with Nintendo is they're actually going to have third-party support. Not only in the 3DS, also in the Wii U. Well, I know or Just Dance and Skylanders is going to be there, but they have some decent third-party support. I think I got to check out the list. But the downside is, or maybe upside, it's up to you. Besides Bayonetta, is that Devil Third is now exclusive to Wii U. You go, wait, what? Wasn't it supposed to be multi-flat? Well, what happened? Well, if you know the history, THQ was going to publish the game. They gave them, basically, they were going to help Itagaki's game publish it. But of course, you know what, after THQ and their fiasco, so they gave back his IP, all of it. As a result, well, of course, he doesn't have a developer. And then, there you go. Nintendo took it. There you have it. Now it's Wii U exclusive. So people said, oh, that's stupid, Wii U exclusive. That's not going to sell, blah, blah, blah. Well, you got to keep in mind. That's the same goes with Bayonetta. Yeah, I may not like it, but I can understand why they have to do it. Bayonetta 2 is exclusive to the Wii U because no other company want to publish it. Heck, not even Sega want to publish the game because they're not making a lot of money. Remember, Sega at one point were in the red, but I don't think, not anymore. But there you go, and that's the reason why. So, again, I'll tell you this once again. If you want to support the game, buy it for the Wii U. You don't agree for being a Wii U exclusive? Vote with your wallet. Don't buy it. And if the franchise disappear, it's not your fault. It's the company's fault for not thinking what to do. That's just how it works. I'm sorry, that's pretty harsh, but that's how it goes. So overall, I give the Nintendo conference an 8 out of 10. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention it in the Sony one. I give it a 7 out of 10 because of the reason that it got boring in the middle and I couldn't get back to it. That's it. So, but either way, both Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, they did a good job. They showed game. They gave consumer reason why to buy the console. So that was awesome. So what else I'm going to talk about? Well, overall, games, good. There are going to be a lot of games coming out this year. And of course, expected 2015. There's games for people, for sports, shooters, fighting game. You name it, they have it. It was an interesting that the games this year they showed was good. The only some thing I was disappointed. It was my number one prediction and it failed. Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, the director said it even before E3 started that it's not going to come out. So, nuts. Kind of suck. But, whatever. We can't always have what we want. So, that's what's an unfortunate part. That those two main games for Square Enix. But they finally showed the next Tomb Raider. Awesome. I might get it for the PS4. Yeah, we'll see. It's an awesome game. I guarantee you. I mean, if you play Tomb Raider, the reboot, it's an awesome game. Excuse me. Very awesome game. I mean, it's kind of hard, but it's fun. Guaranteed. One of the best games. If you like Tomb Raider, you'll love this. Play that Tomb Raider reboot, and then if it comes out fall of 2015, Get that one. The sequel to it, I forget the name. Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think. Awesome game. Awesome, awesome game. So there are a lot of good games coming out. Japanese type game, American type games. Alright. Now, I have a little rant here. I'm gonna sound like a jerk. I do apologize in advance. I got two company right now I got beef with to some extent. Tecmo Koei and Bandai Namco. I like their games. But lately they've been doing things that I don't really approve. And that is, and I talked about this before in one of my previous vlog. Sub and dub. The practice of games not putting English language or the English voice in the game and selling it for full price is a pathetic business practice. And my goodness, I hope they stop this. Sorry if I'm yelling, because I'm a bit upset about this. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're a Tales fan, Tales of Heart R is coming for the Vita. Awesome. Guess what? Namco Bandai is so cheap, they're not even going to put an English voice in it. I mean, at least if you want to rectify this, have an English voice DLC for crying out loud. I mean, Sword Art Online. My goodness, same deal. When I heard, oh, it's going to be only digital. Well, middle finger for English-speaking gamer, because apparently Namco Bandai, I don't know, it looks like to me, again, in my opinion, that they don't like the English language. They don't like English voice. They just think Japanese voice is superior. Oh, man. Same goes with Dynasty Warrior Gundam Reborn. Guess what? Only download. Why? They're not going to put in English voice. Same, well, again, Tecmo Koei. I don't know yet. Nobody was saying. But it seems Samurai Warrior 4 and Warrior Orochi 3 Ultimate, they're not going to be dubbed. Also, there's going to be sub. The best pathetic business practice of not putting English voice on the game. Mike, I used to remember Koei, man, they were in my opinion, they were quote unquote the bomb. Every game they have, there's the English voice in it. What the heck happened? Ever since you merged with Tecmo, you're sucking. The hell? Well, excuse the language, but I'm so upset. Oh my goodness. Same goes with Namco or Bandai. Oh my goodness. Namco used to always dub their game, especially the Tales game. All suddenly now, oh, it's okay not to do it. Oh, for goodness sake. And the sad part is that I hope it's illegal doing this, but I know it's not illegal. And I'm gonna try to. I mean, I can understand, but I'll explain it later. But it's so annoying that they're doing it because we want to save money. But again, just like you can't see the forest because the tree's in the way, or the garden, a beautiful garden so high you can't even see the sunset, thinking, oh, we're gonna save money, people are gonna buy it. No, they're not. No, you're gonna lose more customer. Like myself, I keep tweeting Tecmo Koei, Namco Bandai. You're not understanding. You keep this practice up, you're gonna lose supporter. I have talked to some of these fellow gamers, and some of them said the same thing. Wait, no dub? Sorry, I'm not gonna buy the game then. I'm gonna save my money. I mean, man. And I know, yes, there's a reason for it. Yeah, they save money. And of course, some people have this mentality saying, well, at least the game at least gonna come out, we should just take it what it is. No, you shouldn't. That's the point. Because sooner or later, anybody will do it. What's next? Oh, Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed with, no more female? Oh, take it what it is because the game is good? I mean, not much of a big deal. And, well, I'm going to shut up about that one, about the female assassin. But then, and again, or maybe that was a bad example. Let me try another one. All right, let's just say Grand Theft Auto will be teen. Grand Theft Auto, like the next Grand Theft Auto is going to be T-rated. It'll be less mature, so kids also can play it, and so more people can buy the game. But alienating the supporter, and then they say, well, that's gonna thinking, oh well, that's gonna suck. Well, this is like too kiddie. I'm not buying this. This is not what Grand Theft Auto. I mean, then you're gonna lose more supporter than have more supporter. I mean, Tecmo Koei, Namco, Bandai Namco. Here's the deal: some of your fan English-speaking gamers will like your game. They're willing, including I, will willing to shell out some money if you give them the full package. Not having an English voice is not a full package. I'm sorry to say. All right, well, let's just remove the Japanese and have voice. Oh, well, you guys are lazy now. If you're even just gonna remove voice, oh my gosh. Now I'm just rambling here. It's so annoying. Ever since Watch Orochi 3 for the last gen console, they doing this practice, thinking it's okay, and it's really annoying the heck out of me. I mean, even Atlas to some extent they're doing it, but at least they're justifying it by making it cheap. Aqua Plaza doesn't have any English voice, kind of shame, but to some extent, at least it's $30 for a reason. But even that's not acceptable. I mean, this is 2014. This is not 1999. That people want English language, English voice in games. I mean, heck, at least Capcom. Here's my clap. At least, even so, a lot of people piss Capcom because of bullshit. Oh, excuse the language. DLC. Sorry about that. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. At least they put the time and money to add in English voice. That's one of my reasons why I'm probably going to support Capcom even with that DLC fiasco, because at least they put the time and money to put English voice on game for gamer who prefer English, and it has nothing to do with race. Thank you very much. Especially one of my favorite games. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite games that's going to probably upset a lot of FGC, which is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I like playing the game. Not really so much online because I suck. Different story. But even the Tekken characters has the English voice. I love it. I don't mind sub, but it's just I can't get into the game. It's not the universal language, which is English. Yes, I'm gonna tell you one tidbit. I'm not an American. Let's just say that. Yeah, okay, enough with that race thing. But I always prefer anything in English. Even in my home country, when I watch American cartoon, I always prefer it in English, not in my native language. I'm sorry. I know that's gonna sound like a sellout, but I just can't get into it. So again, I'm sorry if I'm rambling so much about it, but this, I mean, again, to any company thinking not putting dub in the game, seriously, I mean, you keep this up, you're gonna lose support. I'm telling you. Maybe I might be wrong, but to some extent, I'm gonna tell you this. As a gamer, as I love game, I love the Tales series. I love the Musou series. I mean, maybe I'll do a showcase about it just to show my appreciation for the game. But to the company, to anybody who's not putting dub in the game, you're gonna lose some supporters. I'm gonna tell you. Maybe I'll be the only one that's not gonna support this. I'm not gonna buy it. One person. But what I learned from Alpha Omega Sin, it not only just takes one, but sooner or later it's a domino effect. Someone hears this, they might be saying, I agree with you, I'll do the same thing. That's two. And there may be other people. 3. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, so on and so on. And sooner or later it'll be enough people to just to get the message. Well, I guess some people didn't want to buy the game because I guess they want dub in their English dub in their game, and we didn't put it because we're so cheap. We want to save money. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if I'm ranting here. I mean, like I said, E3 was. This is not really E3 right now. What I'm talking. I'm just. It's a rant. My very first rant, I guess you can say. It really annoys the heck out of me about this. That they gotta understand that not everyone want to hear Japanese. They want English because they get more into it. That's me. That's also me. It's not being a purist. It has nothing to be purist. It's not a race thing. It's a preference. Here's my analogy about not putting English dub in video game. It's like Microsoft forcing consumer and their supporter to buy an Xbox One with a Kinect. You're not giving them option. Look what Sahib or the guy from Microsoft said. Options are good. We want people more option. Make a note. Namco Bandai, Tecmo Koei, and any other company who think dub is unnecessary. Take a note. Xbox One, Kinect, keyword, option. You don't give your consumer option, you're gonna lose support. And I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious here. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. This is. I had to. I had to say that. Just. I needed to get it out of my chest. All right. So enough of that rant. I do apologize. I know it's unprofessional, of me, but like I said, I had to get it off my chest. Let's just say it pisses the hell out of me off. That's why. So anyway, back to the topic in hand. Even so, I'm still excited. Tales of our or Hard R's coming out. I'll probably buy it. We'll see. What else? Some games. I mean, the PlayStation Vita TV, I'll buy it. Because I always wanted a Vita, but I wanted the right Vita. And enough games for it. I mean, I still want to get Persona 4. People are talking about it. And I have Persona 3 in the PS3, but dude, I gotta get back and playing it. That's the problem when you get in. Here's the thing: when you get an adult, Santos, you make money, you start buying games. I remember as a kid, I couldn't even buy any game. I had for a year, I only had 4 games. I was so bored. But as an adult, because you can buy your own games, and of course, you understand the quote unquote clearance. Sometimes you see a good game, you just see a game. Oh my gosh, it's $10 or it's $5. I gotta get it, and you have that disease. You just have to get it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. Anyway, back to my story. Yeah, like I said, the conference it was awesome. I can't wait to try the games out. So, I mean, this year was actually good overall on the conference. So I give the conference, or not a conference, but E3 itself, 2014, I give it a 9 out of 10. Just because they showed good games. One minus is there are some gripes that there was no perfect thing for me. Like I said, the dub and sub problem. That was a problem to me. And some of the game because they're 2015, but I can understand. Delays. But again, I still have a lot of games for me. So again, a 9 out of 10 for the E3 2014 conference. And so this is my conclusion for it. But also, I am going to write my written review in depth about the 3 big conference, including Nintendo. And it'll be more reason why I gave the score. So the question is, who won E3 for me this year for the conference? Well, and my prediction was, I said, was Sony, and I was way off. Surprisingly, this one, it's a tie between Microsoft and Sony. Oh, damn it! Excuse the language again. Microsoft and Nintendo. The Wii, was it the Wii 360? Well, that was last gen. But yes, Microsoft and Nintendo, they showed good games, get me interested. Sony, sort of, but in the end, it's like, this is boring. I'm going back to sleep. So, again, but overall, all 3 systems, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, good job. And with that, I guess, gotta cool down. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Not dubbing games really just ticks me off. Ugh.